Imagine a poor, old fisherman, his back bent by years of toil, casting his net into the sea. Day after day, he followed the same ritual, his livelihood depending on the whims of the ocean. He had a rule: cast his net only 4 times a day, no more, no less. On this particular day, the first 3 casts brought up nothing but mud, a dead donkey, and broken pottery. His heart grew heavy. With one final cast left, he whispered a prayer and hauled his net with all his might. It was incredibly heavy. Hope flickered in his chest. Could this be the catch that would change his fortune? He dragged the net ashore and peered inside. There, gleaming amidst the seaweed and shells, was a copper vessel, sealed with a lead stopper bearing the ancient and powerful seal of Solomon. The fisherman was overjoyed. This vessel must be worth a fortune. He could sell it and provide for his family for months. But curiosity, a powerful force, began to bubble within him. What could be inside? He decided to open it. Perhaps it was filled with gold or precious jewels. Using his knife, he pried at the lead stopper. It was stubborn, but with a final grunt of effort, it popped free. He tilted the vessel, expecting a trickle of coins or a cascade of gems. Instead, a thick, dense smoke billowed out, spiraling high into the sky, forming a colossal, terrifying cloud. The fisherman stumbled back, his eyes wide with fear. The smoke then condensed, coalescing into a gigantic, monstrous being, a genie, an ifrit, whose head was in the clouds and whose feet were planted firmly on the ground. His eyes glowed like embers, and his voice boomed like thunder. The fisherman, trembling, could barely stand. He managed to stammer, "Great Ifrit, I thank the heavens for this day. Will you not reward me for freeing you from your long imprisonment?" The genie's laughter was a chilling, terrible sound that echoed across the shore. "Reward you?" he bellowed. "Foolish mortal. Prepare to die." The fisherman was stunned. "Die? But I am your rescuer. Why would you kill me?" The genie's face contorted with rage. "For centuries, I have been trapped in that wretched bottle," he explained. "For the first 100 years, I vowed to grant my rescuer eternal riches. No one came. For the next 100, I promised to grant them all the treasures of the earth. Still, no one came. After another century, I swore I would grant them 3 wishes, whatever they might be. But no one came." The genie's voice dropped to a menacing growl. "Finally, consumed by rage and despair, I made a new vow. I swore that I would kill the one who finally freed me, allowing them only to choose the manner of their death. You, fisherman, are that person. So, tell me, how do you wish to die?" The fisherman's mind raced. He was facing a being of immense power, driven by an ancient, burning anger. A direct plea for mercy was useless. He had to be clever. A spark of an idea ignited in his mind. He looked at the genie with feigned disbelief. "You wish to kill me? I find that hard to believe from one so great," the fisherman said, his voice surprisingly steady. "But before you do, I must ask one question, for my own curiosity. I simply cannot believe that a being as vast and mighty as you could ever have fit inside this tiny copper vessel. It seems impossible." The genie scoffed. "Impossible? You doubt my power? You dare to question me?" "It's not that I doubt you," the fisherman replied calmly, "but my eyes cannot comprehend it. Unless I see it with my own eyes, I will never believe that all of you could fit into this small flask." The genie, his pride stung, roared, "Then watch, you ignorant fool, and witness my power." In an instant, the colossal figure began to dissolve. The monstrous form dissipated back into a thick column of smoke, which swirled and funneled itself, pouring back into the narrow opening of the copper vessel on the sand. The fisherman watched, his heart pounding in his chest, as the last wisp of smoke was drawn inside. He didn't hesitate for a second. With lightning speed, he lunged forward, grabbed the lead stopper with the seal of Solomon, and slammed it back into the mouth of the flask, sealing the furious genie inside once more. The genie's muffled roars of rage echoed from within the vessel. "Let me out, fisherman. I will reward you. I will make you rich beyond your wildest dreams." But the fisherman was no longer a fool. He had learned a valuable lesson. "Oh, mighty genie," he called out, his voice now firm and confident. "I heard your story of broken vows. You had centuries to plan my reward, but chose my death instead. Now you will remain in this prison, a warning to all about the consequences of ingratitude." The genie begged and pleaded, promising all the wonders of the world, but the fisherman's mind was made up. He picked up the heavy vessel. He could have sold it, but he knew the danger it contained was too great. He walked to the edge of the water and, with all his strength, hurled the copper flask back into the deepest part of the sea, where it would remain, hopefully, for all eternity. The fisherman, though still poor, returned home that day a much wiser man. He had faced death and outsmarted a powerful being not with strength, but with wit and courage. His story teaches us that even in the face of overwhelming odds, a clever mind can be the most powerful weapon of all. It's a timeless reminder that quick thinking and ingenuity can triumph where brute force fails. Thanks for watching our story today. If you enjoyed this tale of wit and wonder, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more amazing stories from around the world. See you next time.